In today's video, we're going to go over how to reconcile the medication list in an encounter note. So here's our encounter note. You can see problem list, history of present illness, review of systems, and we can keep scrolling down till we get to the medications reconciled. As you can see, there's already been 2 medications that have been reconciled with this visit, but let's open and add more. So you can hit the reconciled button, and it brings you up with the medications that they're currently on, the date it was last reconciled, and then reconcile show inactive buttons. So as you can see here, if we hit the reconcile button, it brings up a new screen that shows the current list of medications. You hit the prescribed list. If there's any prescribed medications that you given, they would show up here. And then there's also the search and the free text as other additional option. This section is not needed right now. So with the search section, you can search for a different drug. So let's say that they're taking penicillin. So you can either enter or the search button, and it'll bring it up. And then it brings up all the different types of penicillin. Let's say they're taking 250 milligrams. So then once you click on this, it brings up the medication that they're taking, and then the signature. As you can see, all these sections right here are not required, as you don't see the red asterisks. However, you want to add as much information as you can for each section. So let's say that they're taking this once daily by mouth. And then you can put the start date if you wanted to, and go in, start doing month, year, and then once you have the year, then you can choose the day. So you can hit the start date. If they have a last dose, let's say they took one this morning, you can just click today's date. How are they tolerating it? Are they tolerating it well, or are they having an allergy to their medication? So you can say they're tolerating it well. And then here you can type in the provider or the associated problem with why they're taking this medication. So once you've done that, you can hit save and next if you wanted to add another medication, or you could hit save and close if that was the last medication you wanted to add. So let's add another one. So we can hit save and next. And then we can say, let's say we wanted that they're taking digoxin, but we are not sure how to spell digoxin. So we can put DIG, as we know that can be the first couple of letters. And then it brings up anything that starts with DIG, or anything that has DIG in it. So you can see that here's digoxin. Okay, so it's 125 micrograms as an oral tablet. We can say they're taking that once daily by mouth as well. And then let's say we don't know the start date of his medication or when he last took it. We can say that he's tolerating it well as well also. And then let's say this is the last medication we wanted to add. So we can hit save and close. As you can see, our 2 medications have been added to their previous medication list. And you can see that some of the sections here, the signature, the problem, the last dose, and these would be added in if you had as you had the information to add. And also you can see the compliance, non-compliant, compliant. So since we had put them in, they had put them as compliant. Let's hit the reconcile button again. And now we're back to our current list of medications. Now for compliance, you can click on each of the medications. So these are the current medications they're taking. But let's say, and now it's asking, are you using the medication? So you either tell them yes or no. So if yes would mean they're compliant, or no, they would mean non-compliant. When you're searching and adding in medications, it automatically assumes they're compliant because you've already you're adding it into the system now. But you can always change it later to non-compliant by hitting no. Now, so if we hit yes, as you can see, you can change how they're using it, or change the tolerance or the start and last dose. But if they're not using the medication, there's an additional option that comes up as remove from list. So this is if they say they're not taking the medication, that's because they've stopped the medication. You can say the remove from list button, and you can hit save and next. And the asterisk will show you that you've made a change, or that you reviewed the medication. So now aspirin, we can say yes, we're using the medication, so we're compliant with the medication. We can hit save and next, and it'll bring us to our next medication, the digoxin. And let's say they are not using the medication, but let's say that they say it's been prescribed to them and they're using it, but they've just previously, but they're chosen not to use it right now. So it's still prescribed to them, so you don't want to remove it from their list, but you want to indicate that they're not using the medication. So you can hit save and next. And then it brings you down to penicillin, which we can say that they've been compliant with. And then you can hit save and close. And as you can see here, it removed the one that we had to remove from the list. It removed it from the list entirely. You can hit the show inactive button. And you can see that it now appears in the show inactive button. And so here with the digoxin, we said they were not taking the medication, so it now shows non-compliance, and the penicillin shows compliant. So then you can hit the reconcile button again if you wanted to make further changes, or you could just exit out if you've made all the changes you want. So let's say you were searching for something and either maybe you spelled it incorrectly or it wasn't on the list. Maybe it's a new medication that just came on the market, hasn't been added to the overall medications lists. So then you want to free text. So you can click this button here, and now you can choose the name. You can say, let's say it's, we can just make penicillin. Let's say for whatever reason you can find penicillin on the list. And then you can say how it's used. You can say once daily by mouth. And you can and you have all the other sections as with different, as you did with the other regular search toolbar. However, you do know there's a disclaimer down here, which is a warning saying that for all the rules that have been created for this program, that they can't process the rules on free text medications because they don't know the specifics of the medication and its cross reactions. So this is just a warning to you that if you free text, the rules will not run on any of the medications. So then you can hit save and close. And as you can see, it's now been added to the problem list, and just the penicillin as we added it here, and then we can hit save and close again, and you can see the medications have been reconciled, and it lists the current medications and whether or not they're compliant with it. So you can say it says the digoxins no, but the rest they are compliant. And this is the medication reconciled section of the encounter note.